Seeing homeless people can be a shock to new students who have not lived in a city before. The presence of homeless people invokes many different reactions in us: fear, uneasiness, embarrassment, pity, and more. This short film aims to teach you, new members of Emerson's community, about the greater community that surrounds our school.
Every homeless person is unique and has a different story. The most common reasons for homelessness are domestic and family violence, eviction, relationship and family breakdown, financial difficulty, and substance abuse. Don't assume that just by looking at a homeless person, you know anything about who they are. Just like with Emerson students, you cannot know somebody just by looking at them.
The stereotypical image of a homeless person is someone lying on the sidewalk all day, but that is not the reality in every case. Homeless people run marathons, write poetry, create art, have opinions, and are politically aware. They also organize newspapers like Boston's Spare Change News. Spare Change is a newspaper created in 1992 by a group of homeless Bostonians to give themselves a voice. It was soon incorporated into the Homeless Empowerment Project. The contributors to Spare Change either currently or used to be homeless. The paper includes articles about the economy, opinion pieces, healthcare, local businesses, art, and much more.
It varies. One time I went into a Chinese restaurant and got them some soup, and the last block we just gave them $1. So sometimes we just pass them by because we can't afford to do everybody, right?
I usually say I don't have any change on me or anything like that.
I just keep walking. I kind of just walk by and smile awkwardly at them.
When I see a homeless person, I just walk past them. I don't pay too much attention to them. Sometimes I'll give them a few spare change. I'll give them a little spare change if I have it. If not, then I'll just keep walking and not pay too much attention to them.
I generally don't have change.
When they ask me for money, sometimes I give it to them. I'd rather give them something like food, because you never know. I mean, just bluntly, you never know what they're going to use that money for. So I usually, if I have some food or something, that's what I like to give to homeless people most.
I say, what do you think?
If I have cash, I usually give them a little bit, or if I don't, like maybe just talk to them for a little bit and not give them money.
I give them $1, sometimes. I don't do anything. I give them change.
I keep walking past them.
They're usually sitting on the ground with a sign, and they're usually in Dunkin' Donuts or on busy streets like Boylston Street.
Outside of this Dunkin' Donuts and every single store in Boston. I'm from New York City, and you just don't find that outside of your convenience store. Like,
On the way to class.
Yeah, over there by St. Francis House.
By St. Francis House and down by CVS and stuff.
Well, I see them like opening the door to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts.
That's true, there's that guy.
Usually outside Dunkin' Donuts, down the street, usually all along Boylston.
I see them all over the place. They're all on Boylston. They're all in the Boston Common, and they're usually begging for change and trying to interact with people who ignore them.
I see them around Boylston, just like sitting on the steps or on the corners, and they're usually just trying to talk to people, generate some conversation. They're usually pretty, I guess, friendly around here, not real aggressive, so sometimes it's pretty funny what they do.
No, they're not. Usually the ones that sit out in front of Dunkin' and Starbucks, if you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any money," they'll say, "Have a nice day," or no. I've never been threatened by a homeless person before.
Not usually, no.
Sometimes when I'm alone.
I don't feel threatened by any homeless people.
I've never felt threatened by a homeless person around the Emerson campus, no.
The only place I've felt threatened by homeless people is by the homeless shelter down on Boylston Street, because they're kind of aggressive and they make sounds at you.
I think they live in the subways there.
Maybe like late at night if I'm